videos in the space of a couple of hours. Welcome to the first of hopefully many tactical takeover videos for the coming season. This is my preview. I'd say preview, just me giving a little bit of nonsense from my brain into yours regarding the Palace friendly, which kicks off at midnight. Hopefully at midnight after what we saw last week. And for me, this is more about seeing the boys get another game under their belt, get another 90 minutes under their belt. Wasn't overly impressed with what I saw last week against Wolves. I saw the highlights. I saw some other bits and pieces. Watched other channels and their reviews and previews, etc. And I've got to say, I wasn't impressed with what I saw, what I heard. It just wasn't good. But I also think that that's then what's pushed the go button on the signings that I spoke about earlier. Somerville, Fulkrug, Rodriguez, and hopefully Wan-Bissaka by Tuesday. Here comes some sirens, as you can hear. Still here at the Lewisham Tavern. So with that being said, tonight's game, I'd rather not see Zuma start this evening. I'd rather see a back line of, I'd go Areola in goal to start. I'd go Emerson. I'd go Kilman again, and I'd go Soufal. Just because this is the second to last game that the first team are going to have before the start of the season. We know that they're going to be playing Celta Vigo next weekend in a game that's currently being boycotted, and rightly so, over concessions. I'm not going down that road. Every other YouTube channel has done something on it. I know my feelings. I don't agree with the concessions being removed. I think it's a joke, but everyone else has flogged the, beaten the horse, flogged the dead donkey, all the rest of it. So I'm not going to go there. I'm not doing it. So I'd like to see the back four. I'd like to see as close to a starting lineup with what we have as I'd like to see against Villa in a couple of weeks' time. So as I say, the back four as they are. I'd like to see a midfield three of Paqueta, Ward-Prowse, and Potts. And then I'd like to see Kudus, Bowen, and Antonio as the front three. That's what I'd like to see with regards of what's going on out there. We know that the two Czech boys, Paqueta, Bowen, they all rejoined up. Areola, they all rejoined up with the squad last week. Last weekend, I think it was. I think they joined up on the Saturday before the Wolves game. So I'd like to see them, even if it's just 45 minutes, because there's the chance that, with Somerville and the other boys I've mentioned, making a few slight changes to this lineup. This is probably the lineup that we would have had. Let's go with that. Would have had start against Villa. So I'd like to think that the boys will get that start. I'd like to think that Lopetegui would want to see, outside of the new signings, what his strongest 11 would look like on the pitch. Palace have obviously lost Michael Olise. He's gone to Bayern Munich. I know that Gay Newcastle had opened talks, I think this morning or maybe even yesterday, for Mark Gay. So, depending on where that is, whether or not he would start for Palace tonight. Eze would have rejoined them after being with the England squad for the Euros. So, I mean, as much as, I can sit here and say I want to see those players, I want to see the, his strongest lineup for at least 45 minutes anyway. It's about getting another game under our belt. It's about understanding how Lopetegui wants us to play. It's about, the learning curves that we're going to have. It's more that. That's what's more important than, for me, the result at the end of the game. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see us win. But I want to see us playing well within the understanding of what Lopetegui wants us to do. That for me is key. That's the big one. It was clear last week he wasn't happy with the result against Wolves. I think Zuma was a passenger, especially for one of their goals. He was just trotting back. And then he had his knees. That was against Dagenham, was it? He had his knees iced up. And it's not a good-looking pre-season against a lower league opposition. And what was it? Only 40, 45 minutes that he played. So it's not a good look. So for me, that's what I'd like to see. I'm kind of hoping, in a way, that we've managed to convince Aguerd to stay. If not, I know we're back in for Todibo, Jean-Claude Todibo. I know he fancies a move to Juve. Rada. They can't afford him. They've got to offload players. I think they want £36 million. We could go in for a loan deal with the option of buying him next season. I don't know, but hopefully we can maybe avoid that, because listen, we know that Aguerd is a good player. We know that he's a solid defender, good ball playing defender. It just wasn't to be under Moyes. I'm kind of hoping Lopetegui's put his arm around him, pulled him in. Come here, boy. Let me have a chat. Come here, Nathan. Let me have a chat. So I'm hoping that's we might have got that sorted. I'm going to put this out a couple of hours before the game. So do me a favour, drop your comments underneath. Let me know your thoughts on how you think we should set up. Let me know your thoughts on my lineup there. You know, like I say, the result doesn't bother me. Does it bother you? Let me know. Let me know. I'd be more interested to know just, you know, how they can sit there with put Lopetegui's tactics, formation set up, you know, off the ball set up, you know, all that tactical awareness, how the club are getting on. So with a bit of luck, you tell me what you think, and I'll be back tomorrow with a review. We'll bring Tactical Breakdown back. Enjoy the game, guys, and with a bit of luck, it's a victory for us. Come on, you Irons.